going through a divorce.
This doesn't feel good, and I feel alone. I got tired of people thinking that everything was perfect when it wasn't. You want to know what really happened? I'll tell you. It ain't in a headline.
Tia Mowry, she has her own reality show coming to WeTV, which premieres October 4th. I will be tuning in, and I may also be recapping the show. In the trailer, Tia opens up about not being as close with her sister anymore and the challenges she faces now that she is divorced and she's a single mom. She said this is the first time she's been alone in her entire life because she's always had her sister, and she was married to Cory, her ex-husband, for 14 years, and they were together for almost 20 years. They met doing a film together, and one day he was waiting at the bus stop. Tia and her sister gave him a ride home, and the rest is history. I believe Cory may have been her first and only relationship. They look like the perfect couple, but looks are deceiving. And we're on the outside looking in. But in the trailer, Tia did allude to the fact that things isn't always what they seem, and we shouldn't believe any narrative that are put out there because we don't know what type of marriage they had. She had read a comment from a fan that said Tia left her a good man, and she looked in the camera like, oh really? Was he a good man? Now, I don't know what happened in their marriage. Nobody knows. She don't say much. But what I do know is that she was the breadwinner, and Cory, for the most part, was a stay-at-home dad from what I perceived. They both started acting around the same time, but Tia's career happened to take off, and she was a bigger star than Cory. And maybe there was some resentment and jealousy in the marriage. I don't know. Maybe some tension. I don't know. But what's interesting is that Cory started to get bigger acting gigs. You know, he was casted in the show called All American, and then he did another movie called Karen. And then out of nowhere, once his career is moving up the ladder, out of nowhere, Tia announced that they're getting divorced. There was some speculation that Tia may have got tired of being the breadwinner and the provider in her home when there's a man present. Now, Tia, again, never came out to tell us anything as to why they divorced, but she was definitely throwing some subliminal messages, whether it was in the comment section or in her reels on Instagram. Do y'all remember when she was caught commenting with eye emojis under a person's Instagram video? The video was discussing the scenario where one partner is happy to pay the bills while the other one is being manipulative and to avoid, paying the bills. And obviously her putting those eye emojis in the comment section, it led to speculation that, maybe she's talking about her own experiences. I think Tia may have got tired of paying everything. So the neighborhood talk, they saw the comment and they uploaded it on their page, and the fans was definitely saying that she was shading Cory. And when she first announced her divorce, I'm one of those people who was like, girl, you divorcing a good man and there's nothing else out here. So she divorced Cory, and then she would get on and complain about how difficult it is dating. But girl, I could have told you that dating in the 90s and the early 2000s was so much better than it is now. Things have changed. The standards have risen to unrealistic expectations. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to keep it a buck. Most men, some of the men want more than they're willing to give. They're the new gold diggers. And the idea of gold diggers has evolved. It ain't about just money. Okay, it's about emotional and social investment. They're seeking relationships where they receive all the emotional support, the care and attention, but they're not willing to provide that same level of emotional investment in return. They're looking for someone to constantly uplift them, build them up, provide stability, to be a source of comfort without reciprocating none of that. But anyway, keep your head up, Tia. God hears your prayers, because I really felt bad when she was crying about being lonely, not having her sister, not having her husband. Yeah, I felt bad for her, but God is going to send you your man. Even though in interviews, which wasn't very many, with her ex-husband Cory, there was really no chemistry, but the fact that she doted and adored her husband made me believe, like, girl, you really left your good man. Cory was her only relationship. She never really experienced dating. She married the first man she was ever with, which is, it's not a bad thing, but the fact that they lasted for 14 years says a lot. Tia she never revealed why she divorced Cory, but in many interviews, she said she wasn't happy in her marriage, which doesn't necessarily mean there was anything wrong with Cory as a person. Some people grow and change, and what once made you happy no longer does. Tia said that she realized she needed to focus on her own happiness and well-being. When she was on the Today Show, she said that she found herself feeling really sad and the death of her two family members. During that moment, she said that she received an awakening that life is too short for you to be unhappy. So it's possible that Tia may have been feeling happy in her marriage for a very long time. And the loss of her loved ones, brought those feelings to the forefront. Life is too short. She realized that she deserved to live a life where she felt truly happy and fulfilled, even if it meant, making a difficult decision, leaving Cory. But both Cory and Tia, they went through a very emotional and difficult time during the divorce. Cory was on The Breakfast Club, and he said that, was it The Breakfast Club? I don't know, but he said that every night during the divorce, he would cry himself to sleep.
Tough when it feels like you're going through something alone and no one understands, and no one's there for you, and it's just like, when you're a man, especially a black man, they're like, oh, he's tough, he's strong, but it was a year and a half crying myself to sleep every night. Nobody see that.
Yeah.
Nobody see that.
Yeah.
You live 5 minutes away from your babies, you know what I'm saying? Because people who know Cory Hardrict know that his kids and his family was everything to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm stronger than I thought I was.
Yes.
I'm really stronger. And that by the grace of God, it's like, I'm here.
And honey, in the comments, they were ripping Tia to shreds. And Cory, he took to his Instagram live and pretty much told them, y'all need to chill, because that is the mother of his children. They're still in a good place and they're still friends. But the fact that he did that says a lot. He could have been bitter like Scrappy and let them drag her for filth, but he didn't do that. Now here is where the red flag was raised. So Tia discussed the awkward moment on the red carpet when she and Cory gave that god-awful awkward hug. She said that that was the first time she had seen Cory on the red carpet since their divorce. She said, this is an event where women are being honored. And she said he had never gone to these events. She goes to them almost every year. So I'm like, so he had never gone to these events with her where she's being honored? Now that in itself is very telling, and it suggests that there might have been a lack of support, or presence in certain aspects of her life that were important to her. So during the marriage, I may have seen Cory on the carpet with Tia maybe a handful of times. But now that they're divorced, now that I think about it, I've seen this man on every red carpet there is. But he never was really with Tia, showing up to support her, like I said, but a handful of times. Moving on to Tia and her sister not being in a good place, it's unfortunate. I mean, they're twins. In the trailer, Tia mentioned that she's going through a divorce, and at times like that, she wishes she and her sister were close and she could pick up the phone and call her sister, but that's just not where they're at right now. And my question is, what is preventing you, Tia, from picking up the phone and calling your sister? Tomorrow isn't promised. pick up the phone and call your sister. Now, I don't know what, caused the rift between the twins, but reading the comment section, people are saying that Tia have been very mean throughout the years to Tamera, based on their reality show. Now, I've never watched the show. I've maybe watched a episode here and there, but every family to me deals with sibling rivalry like any other family. And I do remember Tia saying years back that she was always the black sheep in her family. And Tia was always booked and busy. She never really had time for Tia. They would plan to work on projects together. They would start but couldn't finish because Tia was either late, didn't show up, or she was just booked and busy. And at one point, I remember them having some tension when Tamera was getting married. Okay, Tia was supposed to be the maid of honor. She was not fulfilling her duties as the maid of honor. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Tia was pregnant at that time. But anyway, she stepped down for being the maid of honor. And then she got mad when she was replaced, which I don't understand because she stepped down. Then she wanted to step back up, wasn't doing her duties, so she got replaced.
The difference is at your wedding, I didn't step down. When I was Tia's maid of honor, I was there for her 110%. So I expect the same from her. When you said you didn't want to be the maid of honor, Andrea has stepped up. Andrea has done a phenomenal job. Do you know what we're doing at my bridal shower? She hasn't even communicated with me. Tia, that's because you didn't want to be it. No, that doesn't, just because I didn't want to be the maid of honor,
That's the difference.
doesn't mean that Andrea shouldn't have communicated with me.
It's because you said you didn't want to do it.
The thing is she's worked damn hard when you said you didn't want to. All right, Tamera. All right.
So you guys seen that, and that was just one example of the many that Tia has constantly disappointed Tamera. According to the comment section, that went on quite some time during their reality show. But like I said, I never really watched the reality show. I maybe a few episodes, if that. But at the end of the day, they are sisters. So I hope right now they're in a good place. But I'm not sure because on the red carpet a couple of days ago, Tamera said she had no idea her sister even was filming for a reality show. So y'all, that is the end of this video. If you made it this far, and I hope you did, please give the video a thumbs up, and I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.